Good morning, guys. Hey, I just want to take a minute to talk with you. Times are crazy. Things are changing daily. New news is always coming in about what's going on. But one thing remains, and that is we can rely on truth. We can go back and we can go to the ultimate truth of the fact that we are called by God to be here as a part of this company, doing what God has called us to do. We can find assurance in that. And I was just encouraged this morning as I finished up the book of Acts. I was aware that from chapters 21 all the way to the end of chapter 28, for 7 chapters, Paul is in limbo. Chapter 21, he goes to Jerusalem, and he is just speaking the truth. He's doing what God has called him to do. And they get all upset, and they want to kill him. And then he has to go to the tribune, and they keep bringing him out, and they've got a plot to kill him. And then he's going to, go to see the governor, Felix, which he does go to see Felix, and he's literally stays in jail for 2 years while Felix is in office, and then he's replaced by Festus. And when Festus comes in, the Jews are like, "Ooh, we got somebody new. Let's go appeal to him. Let's see if we can get this guy moved and kill him again." So Paul is yet again kind of having to explain what's going on, and then he appeals to Caesar. And then his journey to Rome, this is the crazy part. He's got to go to Rome so that he can stand before Caesar and plead his case. And he goes through all sorts of craziness to get there. He goes through the amount of cities, man, that it says that the ships have to sail to and through because the winds won't go the way they're supposed to go, or there's a northeaster coming out of here, and they're not going to make it, and they can't dock ship here for winter, so they got to go somewhere else. And then they get to the place where they're throwing everything overboard, and they're like, "We're not going to make it." And he says, "Listen, just run the ship aground. God spoke to me. There was an angel. He told me, like, none of us will die. We're going to make it." So they run the ship aground, and they go in, and then they're at Malta, and he reaches for some firewood, and the viper comes out of the stack of firewood, bites him. Everybody says, "Whoo, surely this guy's a murderer. He may have gotten off that ship and seemed to get away, but no, he's going to pay for his price. He's going to die." And then he doesn't, nothing happens. He doesn't swell up, and the people are amazed, and they say, "Oh, he must be a god." Well, he's not a god. He was just called. God had a purpose for him. God had called him, and nothing was going to get in the way of that call. Not shipwreck, not winds blowing the wrong way, not months and months and years. I mean, this process took years for him to get to Rome. And he saw a lot of crazy stuff all along the way. There was tons of trials. But his call never changed. The call that God had for him never changed. Likewise, the call for us has never changed. We're going through a bunch of crazy stuff right now. We don't know what tomorrow holds. God does. Everything's changing all the time. But let me encourage you. This week, let's just be available. We're going to have short days. There's going to be days when you have nothing to do, and you're going to feel like something's wrong. You're going to feel like the sun is shining. I've got to be doing something. And the answer is no, you don't. If there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. We can't control that. One thing doesn't change, though. It's what God's called us to do. So let's just be available, looking to serve our customers, looking to do whatever we can for them. If you're going to do some stuff and just take care of the lot like Eric did last week, do a bunch of free stuff, touch up and scratch, and just make sure everything's looking tight, do it. If there's guys on the team that you can go help, like Nate said last week, "Hey, I'll help you for free. I just want to come help. I want to be a teammate." If that's an opportunity, do it. But if those opportunities aren't there, it's okay to go home early. If you're in a situation like Scott was last week where he's like, I got nowhere to go. I've been everywhere. I have nowhere to go on Friday. Stay home. It's okay. Everything's changing every day, and we're going to stay in communication with one another. But for this week, if things are super slow, which they're probably going to be, and there's nothing to do, let's just stay home or go home. Let's be available, and when there's nothing left to do, go home. Shelter in place. Let's do what's asked of us. And let's feel no guilt about it. There's nothing to feel bad about. We simply wake up, be available, we do everything we can do, and then we go home. And we stop the spread of the virus. So listen, I'm for you. I hope to have great news for you by the end of the week regarding our stimulus loan and let you know that we have a plan in place. But for right now, we don't have answers to that. And if there's no work to do, let's just be okay with going out, being available, and then going home. All right, I will talk with you all this week. Let's just remember one thing. We are called. We're going to get through this. It may take longer than we want it to. It took a lot longer for Paul to get to Rome than he wanted it to. But the call of God never changed. He spoke the gospel. He preached the gospel to everyone all along the way. So let's just be men who go out every day looking to demonstrate God's love, looking for an opportunity to be different and to live and show our customers what makes us different. Let's just deliver the integrity experience and be examples of truth each and every day, and then go home. I'll talk to y'all soon.